Nuclear option. Quite possibly the greatest flight sim to have ever been made. To put simply, it is truly one of the most underrated pieces of art. The flying, the crashes, the dogfights, and most amazing of all, the nukes. All of this somehow fits into less than 3 gigabytes of storage. Being so optimized, it runs high settings on a PC handheld. This is the game of which became my addiction. So, how did we get here? The first time I saw this game was on none other than Operator Drewski's YouTube channel. I was highly intrigued, and after the second video he posted on Nuclear Option, I put it on my wish list and bought it a month later. I'm no new player to flight sims, having about 500-ish hours put behind them before I bought Nuclear Option, so I had no problem picking up with the dynamics of flight. But this is my first combat-based sim, so I had to learn many things such as radar, missile types, and each difference between them, notching, energy retention in dogfights, all the aircraft and all their capabilities they possess, in which nearly all that information is in the encyclopedia, which is in-game on the main menu. WDevs for that. But this is not what this video is about. I want to tell you why this is the greatest flight sim to have ever been made, and why you should think that too. Nuclear Option, in my opinion, yes, I know, an opinion in 2026, very bold, big yikes, but this game is one of the greatest blends between complexity and simplicity. There are so many things that are a complex task or idea, but made into a simpler, graspable concept. But the cores of what makes that certain task or idea complex is still retained in an amazing fashion. Like, for example, notching. The act of bringing your aircraft on a parallel axis and plane of a radar-guided missile's direction of travel to hinder its ability to sufficiently track a target known as you. How a pilot notches in real life, or DCS, is they identify a fired missile on their radar warning receiver, which is in the cockpit, and they look at the information and turn into the notch. However, in Nuclear Option, the radar warning receiver becomes visual references on your minimap and HUD, giving you an area and direction of travel for you to point your aircraft whilst deploying chaff and flares. Wait. There is no chaff. My sparkly radar confusing glitter. It's gone. No! Yep, this game ditched chaff and opted for radar electronic countermeasures, giving nuclear option gamers the ability to wirelessly transmit drone glasses to any radar missile that decides to play ball against them, which in my opinion is really fun and really clever way of how the devs figured this out. But to balance all these new perks, you have to charge a capacitor to use it. Another example would be the heads-up display, commonly referred to as the HUD. If you know anything about the F-35 helmet HUD, this game is probably the closest thing to capturing that idea in any sense. If you haven't played it, it can look really overwhelming, especially on a video someone has made. But once you play it, you start to realize, man, that is not the case. It's actually really well grounded, super simple, yet still complex in which the ways the tasks it does and can do. Alright, here's some stuff about the cockpit and HUD. So there's PLA and BDF. You can click it on your map and you can see everything, all the info, what ships they got, what stuff they got. Then on the map, you could change what targets you want on your map, which is really useful. And large units, make them smaller. Really nice. Very useful. You could change what you see on your HUD and how they're shown. And yeah, very useful as well. And you could pick between everything, like air to air, air to ground, electronic warfare stuff. Really cool. And you can see your objective on the side and then target selection. So I'm gonna get to showing you the radar here. So that's your radar that's down there in the cockpit. It's not really much use for it. You'll mainly be using your map anyways for anything that involves your radar targets, but it's a nice detail still. So I'm just gonna take off here, and you look here, there's a Medusa, and that's that yellow line indicates it's jamming. The Medusa is the most powerful jamming aircraft, so I'm just gonna fire a missile off at some of those guys. We're gonna dive here. As you can see, we're getting jammed. Our radar screen's getting scrambled. And you can see, since we have targets now, we don't have our radar isn't displaying anymore. It's a camera feed. And I'm gonna deselect these targets and just focus on one target. And when it's focused on one target here, it does its real magic. It'll zoom in all the way and look at the aircraft you're targeting, which is just amazingly useful and really cool. You get a sense of what direction they're going, and it also acts as like a kill cam too, which is really cool. You can see this Medusa will get fried by my scythe here that I've fired at it. As you can see, he's trying to go in the notching. Bye bye. There's another there's an FS-20 out here, so we're gonna try to kill him too. Yeah, as you can see, just look at the screen. You can see what direction they're turning if they're trying to notch the missile in. And they're gone. Really nice. As you can see, you could even select things on the map.
Left engine fire. Right engine fire.
I did not get to my heat-seeking missiles, because what you could do is you could select the missile as a target and use your heat-seeking missiles to actually kill it, which is really nice. So we're just gonna spawn here, back at the carrier. Alright, I just want to talk about the sound design in this game, because it is truly great. That's the deselect or sell button. The purchase or select button sound. And then the beautiful requisition sound. Oh, every time I click that thing, oh, it just tinkles my brain every time. But anyways, let's fly this thing. So, alright. Beautiful hydraulic sound. Always nice. But then you got, of course, the missile going off the rail, and that's the weapons bay opening here. I could do that one again. Beautiful engine sounds, always good. We'll have so the air-to-air missile sounds, some laser-guided munitions there, and of course you can't forget about the rotary cannon. And ricochet too. That's another nice little detail. But sound great. And of course you got the flares. And then you have the radar electronic countermeasures, which is another neat sound. And it like lowers in pitch and tone. More you use that capacitor. And you got the air brakes, of course. Those sound great. And then, oh, I didn't even mention the select sound. Like, listen to the such a nice select sound when you're changing your weapon. And you could probably hear the radar in the background if you lower the throttle. Radar on. Radar off. On. Off. You could hear the hum in the background if you like that. Just overall great sound design this game has. Beautiful. Amazing sound design. Here's some more sound display, and it has some really good sound design, but you can also hear the capacitor winding up like that. You can see the capacitor slowly winding up as it gets charged up. Got some wheels drifting, of course. It's a great sound, but I want to showcase one specific sound effect on this plane, and that is the engines. Just listen to that roar. And that leads us into the soundtrack. This soundtrack is just gorgeous. I mean, listen to this peak. This is the Avalon AB4 soundtrack, and every plane in this game has its own separate soundtrack, which is amazing. And the music that you've been hearing the rest of the video has been all from planes throughout the soundtrack. Not accurate to each clip, but just the cool ones, you know? I mean, all of them are cool, no doubt. But, yeah. You could also buy the Nuclear Option soundtrack on Steam if you want to, so if you are interested in that, there's that route. But yeah, this was my video essay. Pretty short, I know, but this is my first one, and I wanted to get this posted. I was hoping to get it like fully done, like maybe like Friday. Probably have like I was hoping to get this to like 20-minute video, but then my dad called me saying he could get me cheap tickets over to Michigan, and I could be there by Thursday. So I decided to take that route. So I'm gonna be busy throughout the rest of the week, so I won't really have much time to would have had much time to edit this video and get it done, or else this would have been like another like maybe 2 or 3 weeks. Who knows? But yeah, I'll continue to hopefully post some more Nuclear Option, keep the grind going, and yeah, thank you so much for watching it. I've spent, I think, 7 hours, I think, on this, and this is my first time using DaVinci Resolve in any way, so it means a lot if you like and sub, and yeah, that'll be it. I'll let you listen to this epic soundtrack. Have a great rest of your day.